Good morning, welcome to St John's Everyday. Today's reading comes from the book of Acts, chapter 17. Paul, as was his custom, has just walked into a Jewish synagogue in Thessalonica, and it says this from verse 2. And Paul went in, as was his custom, and on 3 Sabbath days argued with them from the Scriptures, explaining and proving that it was necessary for the Messiah to suffer and to rise from the dead, and saying, "This is the Messiah, Jesus, who I am proclaiming to you." So we're in this season of Easter and looking at resurrection, and here is Paul arguing for the resurrection. There have been a few moments in my life when I've had those really uncomfortable arguments or discussions, heated discussions with people sometimes about sort of very trivial things, but sometimes about very important things, sometimes from the Bible, and it's kind of exhausting, and I wonder how the local Jews actually felt about this guy Paul turning up and arguing with them, or discussing or debating or trying to explain his point of view from the Scriptures about this person of Jesus. And it's a gift to have that. We need some people who can kind of really understand and argue from the Scriptures. I think there's a place for that, but for most of us this feels a little bit like, whoa, that's probably not my gifting, and that's okay, because we can still witness to Jesus and to his resurrection, and possibly not in the same way that Paul does. But Paul is quite an extreme character, if ever there was one. But he makes a very serious point about the Messiah, or the Anointed One. He kind of traces through Scripture what it means to be the Anointed One, and why he had to suffer and die and to rise again. And I realised that this is something that I, for myself, want to know more about. And so what I'm taking from the Scriptures today is, it's like a challenge. Hang on, could I understand a bit more about God's Anointed One in the Hebrew Scriptures, in the Old Testament? And could I understand a bit more why it was necessary for him to suffer and die from the Old Testament? Because I know that Jesus had to suffer and die and to rise again because of where I live now and how I live now in the post-resurrection world. So I needed that. I needed salvation to come through that. There was no way I could do it. But I want to know more about how we got here. And so that's my challenge to myself, and maybe that will encourage you to think, hang on, I could find out a bit more about what it means for this Messiah, and what does the Messiah mean in the Old Testament, to help our understanding today. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.